hello my friends, and welcome back to SpoonieCraft. What's this, you say? This is my new home. Last episode, we finished my starter base and started on the farm infrastructure that will keep us going for the rest of the server. And all of that was in preparation to get us to this point, starting our main base. When we were scouting for seeds for this season, I came across this area of the jungle, and my first thought was somebody has to build here. And then I sat with my base idea for a little while, and I went, I can build here. One of my favorite things about this mountain area is the fact that we have so many little bits of exposed lush cave here. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll have any axolotls that have spawned up top here, because I'm pretty sure they have to spawn underground. But we can peek our little noses around and look at things. There are so many creepers in there, though. I don't want to deal with those. Since our last episode, we have updated the server to 1.21.11 and to hard difficulty. We started on normal so that it wouldn't get too overwhelming for people. But now that we're getting to like the mid-game point where we need to zombify villagers, we have updated it to hard for those of us who do that kind of thing. But that does explain why I haven't died on the server yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was coming soon. This mountain range extends far out into the jungle, into savanna areas. There's more over that way, and then we can see the whole mesa from up here. This is such a cool area, and I'm so excited to build here. But the first order of business is probably going to be getting ourselves a portal set out here so that I don't have to fly or walk. You can see that if we leave the jungle mountain behind, we just juke over this meadow and over this village that we encountered on the first day, and then we're just right here at the starter village. So we're not actually too crazy far out, and if we go by portal, it'll be no issue whatsoever. So I came out here and built a bee farm recently. So we do have that, and it perfectly marks where our portal goes on the nether roof. All right, let's pop through this portal and see where it puts us. Hopefully not underground. Ah, beautiful. Excellent. The fact that it didn't even put us on top of a tree is impressive, actually. Where the heck is my portal? There you are. Unfortunately, in order to make this area livable and buildable for my baseable, I am going to have to do a lot of deforestation of the jungle, which feels really, really bad to say. Now, trying to figure out which corner I'm going to tuck the main portion of my base in is going to be interesting. I think I need to put it in front of the highest peaks right over here. I'm going to need to flatten a good bit of area out, but I think that is where we're going to put our actual base. Yeah, I can see it kind of sitting right there. So realistically, my main base is going to fill this entire valley of this jungle mountain. Between the primary build filling most of this corner and then just extra external buildings, we will be filling this thing up pretty much to capacity. Well, I suppose there's nothing for it but to start pulling this forest down. Let's tear this down. I've done it. I've deforested the jungle. Don't worry, I will be repopulating this area with trees and other such beautiful ecological pieces. Don't worry. But for now, we have a really basic outline of the foundation of our base. This box extends pretty far, and most of it does end up going into the mountain, but that is the foundation of the base that we'll be building here. And this entire thing is going to be hollow, except for this small area, which is going to contain my storage room. That's the only part of the below ground portion of my base that we will need to access for like pretty everyday existence, which means we can stuff so many farms into this bad boy. I'm going to be trying to feed in a lot of different farms directly into my storage system and directly into each other to make all the things go burr. And so we're going to start with today a moss farm over in this corner of things. Because oh my gosh, we're going to feed so much bone meal into so many farms. So right now I have 2 segments of a moss farm that I designed over in Creative that I'm going to go ahead and put in for today. All right, well, I'm going to quickly slap this down and bring you back on the other side of it because watching me fumble through redstone is not the most entertaining thing you've ever seen. I can promise you that. So let's talk for a second about how moss farms work. In Minecraft, when you bone meal a moss block, it turns the natural blocks around it, like stone and dirt, into more moss. So in order to make this mechanic into an automated farm, we start with the stone generator. When lava touches the top of running water, it makes stone. My farm generates 2 rows of stone at a time with a double piston extender to make moss production much faster, but you can do this with a single row of stone generating at the same time as well. Over the top of that stone platform, we put a moss block and a dispenser to bone meal that block. In this design, I use a piston to break pieces that spawn on top of it because those keep it from being able to be bone mealed again. Moss is one of a few blocks that isn't pushable by pistons, but instead breaks when you push it, meaning that when the stone is pushed against the moss blocks, they break and float above the layer of stone, which we then use water to wash away. Some farms will collect all the items to turn into bone meal and then refill the dispensers, and some will collect the items to compost at the dispensers and send the rest on, which is the method my farm is currently using. At the end, you can collect all your mossy goods or send them into an automatic composter, which is just a hopper feeding into a composter, then into a hopper again, to collect bunches and bunches of bone meal for yourself. It's one of my most important early game farms for a reason. Bone meal will keep our Minecraft worlds running forever. I never noticed this before. The target blocks actually have hay bale texture to them. You see how the side is vertical striping and then the top is speckled like the end of a hay bale? That's so cool. That's such good design. I needed a bunch more trapdoors than I thought, which is why you should always actually check what your schematic says you need and not just go off of vibes. Alrighty, we have built a giant moss monstrosity, and while eventually I am going to port a lot of it over into our storage system, right now I'm just going to run it into some plain old item filters, which means that pretty much all we have left for this farm is to get stuff to put in the item filters and a bunch of bone meal. Okay, we're going to put a bunch of bone meal in our dispensers. Crap. I still managed to forget things. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And we go boop. That should be it. We should be able to go ahead and put our lava in and call it a day. Well, it's making something down there. We go zip. And zip. One of my worries with this farm is that it might have a hard time with timings on the server. Surely this won't go wrong in any way, shape, or form. Okay, moment of truth. All right. now we can come in and kind of start sorting out our item filters too, because this should be moss. This should be moss carpets. That can be azaleas. This should be also azaleas. That should be pale moss, and that one should be pale moss carpet. There we go. Perfect. I'm concerned about the water. It's acting worse than it was in creative. And I probably also want to put some glass over the lava for the more klutzy of us. If anyone happens to poke around this, I don't want anyone falling into the lava and losing their things. I really need to start a redstone box. That's one of the things that this experience today has taught me. I'm in dire need of a redstone box. Now, I'm not sure how this machine does with being loaded and unloaded. Most moss farms that I've had do perfectly fine with just being unloaded and reloaded constantly. I gotta go get myself some food. I need a happy ghast, I think. Actually, this might be a great time to try and use some allays. One of you suggested in my comment section to use the little allays leading a boat trick to move mobs, and you are so correct. I keep forgetting that that is an option. So let's grab ourselves a boat and an allay and make our way back to our mountain. My allay has just disappeared. That's not how it's supposed to work. Where did you go, little one? Where's the other guy? There you are. Where did you go? These silly gooses. There you are. Yeah, you can make it, little one. All right, come with me. Zoom. And you'll be... Zoom. Why are you like this? Not cool, baby. Not cool. Ah. Alright. There you go. Sometimes you gotta destroy property to get things done. Ah. Ah. How about a little bit more destruction of property? Ah, I feel terrible doing this. There we go. Bam, bam. Speaking of destroying property, how cute is this portal? Coffee and I made, like, the actual structure of it, and then Coffee did all the decorating, all the cute, pretty little mossifying and naturifying, and it's so cute. I love this for our portal. Where did the Allay go? Really? Is there any chance it went under the nether roof? No. The heck did this guy go? Did he come back through the portal somehow? He couldn't have. That's why the cooldown is the way the cooldown is. Oh, you did. Because of course you did, because why not? There you are. No! Go through the portal, hon. Go through the portal. Yeah, right here. Right here. Right over to me. Come on. Did you go through? I think it might have gone through. Oh my gosh. Do we have an Allay? We have an Allay! Don't go through the portal, please. Alright, so with that Allay, we're gonna head over the mountain because there's a village over here. Hey, buddy. Come with me. You can see it off in the distance there. Oh, hello, sir. Would you like to come on the ride of your life? I know this is my... I know I ask all the girls this question, but for you, it's real. There you go. Perfect. All right. We'll leave that for a quick sec. So if we snatch this and then go over here. Nope, he's already decided he's going elsewhere. Oh, oh, oh. Yep. Perfect. Okay. The next thing is... No, 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 no. Come back, come back, come back. Darn it. Baby, come here. There you go. And we're gonna do this. And this. Woo! Here he comes. Oh my gosh, that's actually fabulous. Okay. Then we're gonna just jupe you right here-ish. You can settle down with me? Right here? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Nope. No! Give me, give me, give me. Nope. How? How? I can't. Oh, shears probably. There you go. Oh my gosh. Like, that's not a very clear mechanic, but we got there in the end. Okay. So I've got these two. I feel like I should probably build them a little dirt house for protection. I know that this is the fanciest, most glorious house you've ever been in, but don't worry, it gets better. There we go. So they should be nice and safe and boxed in, and we don't have to worry about them. Now, before I get going on a little bit of a villager operation, we won't go full ham here because it's going to involve some building, but we'll get a little bit just started for the moment. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my base now that we're kind of here and seeing the area that we're in. So I went into this season knowing that I wanted to build a base around fiber arts. I didn't really have a place picked out for it or a specific biome that I wanted to do, but my initial design process was mostly based in like northern Arctic fiber arts. Now, here's the thing. I found this gorgeous giant jungle crater, right? And I was like, ooh, I would really love to build there. So this fiber arts build has slowly morphed as well into featuring a lot of South American fiber arts, very Andean, Peruvian styles of fiber arts. And you'll see as we build that there's other little bits of influences from other places in the world just sprinkled through this build. It really is just a celebration of fiber arts around the world. But something that I wanted to introduce to you right now, you might notice that I've been helmetless for the last while of this episode, and that's because I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. But I have this gorgeous new helmet with a custom model made by our lovely SpoonieCraft artist, Perlinari. And it's knitting needles that are stuck in my bun. They're super cute, and I don't generally go for too much in the way of like custom models and cosmetics and stuff like that. That's not always true, but like in my vanilla Minecraft, I like it to be vanilla Minecraft, you know? But this was a nice little tiny piece that I felt was very appropriate for the season. So huge shout out to our lovely Pearl, and if she ever starts taking commissions, I'll let you guys know. Now we gotta deal with those pesky villagers. I do now have a proper vision of what I think I want my villager area to look like. And I think we're going to move it into this area right here, which does mean I should go grab a little bit more dirt and do a little bit of terraforming. We're going to bring a lot of this area all the way up to be level with the bottom of this box. And so this area won't have as drastic of a slope. Yeah, I think we'll go with this middle level And we're just going to extend the dirt out a bit. We're going to build another square-shaped building here. I keep doing that, but it's okay. Surely no one's noticed that trend yet, right? So this little area right here is where we're going to put our villager breeder. And we'll drop the villagers into that far corner for funsies. There we go. Okay, this is our little villager breeder collector corner. Obviously, we'll make it pretty as we make this building. Now, we just need... These guys are in a boat, are they not? Now we just need... Pretty sure... Yeah, these guys are in a boat. So we literally just need to, like, airlift them over. Look at that. I'm going to drop down here. There we go. Undo that. Ah, darn it. I tried. And there we go. We've got some happy farmers. Da, 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 da. Okay, it's going to take these guys a little bit of time to get going, but that's fine because that gives us time to turn this area also into a farming area. So down here is where we're going to have our crop farmers. I've never done this before. I've never done villager crop farms. I know. It's so cruel and unusual. And the thing that I don't exactly know about these villager crop farms is I don't actually know how they pass the crops to each other. I don't know exactly what that mechanic looks like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 4 quadrants with a villager in each. And I'm going to have a little spot in between on the long side where they pass the things between them. I feel like that's reasonable, right? There is a cave underneath me and it is stressing me out. All right, we got to do something about this cave situation. Actually, what if we pull one of these guys out into a boat? There we go. There we go. Got a couple of guys in a boat. Excellent. And now we just close that off. Very good. That gives us a zombie for zombification. All right, I think we got the big bunches of guys out of there. So let's just... Okay. This is totally not problematic at all. There we go. Okay. That was close. That was almost my first death on the server. Whoops. That's fine. All right, we have these 2 guys. I don't need 2. I literally just need the 1. There we go. Excellent. Cool. I'm gonna stash them like in this corner for now. You know, he has a helmet on. I don't even need to wait until it's dark. Like, it's probably low-ish durability now. But he should be able to make it over here. Come on, bud. What the heck? Good gravy. Good gravy goshness. The heck? Come on, bud. Get in there. There we go. And from there, I can stick them into a mine cart or whatever I need later. Well, let's take a little look at how our villager breeder is going. It's going fabulous. Excellent. Love that. And do we have a second guy? No, we only have the one. Is he too close? Can he, like, see and claim beds? No, surely not. Adult villagers will not be able to walk through this, but they will be able to toss things at each other. And I'm curious if that will be enough. This is going to be a little bit of experimenting, but that's fine. I will be putting a different material along the underside of the wall here, but for now, this will do nicely. What the? Sir, please refrain from climbing the vines. The heck? Okay, well, now I think we just need to go ahead and get some crops in here. And maybe we'll go ahead and just make a little sniffer farm while we're at it, since we do have to sit and wait for our villagers. Now, here's my dilemma. I have 4 spots to put villager crops. And I would like to prioritize the trading crops. However, I do also want them to farm some flowers, which would mean I would leave out one crop type, which is probably going to be beets. And then we need a couple of sniffer eggs. And we do have sniffers. Space has been out exploring the world and bringing back all of the bits. We have pretty much everything at this point. But we do need our own set of sniffers for sure. We have silly sniffers getting in the way of each other. I love these guys so much. And it's another torch flower seed. Yes, you are the best, Bean. All right, my friends. Give me my own baby sniffer. Yay! Now, here's something they could do. Along with their, like, golden dandelion update. Is we totally need a place. Ow! We totally need a way to stop sniffer eggs from growing up or from hatching. Because with turtle eggs, you only set them on a specific block in order to hatch them. But sniffer eggs can hatch anywhere. And they're so cool. Like, I want to use them as decoration, you know? All right, the sniffers themselves are going to go pretty much directly underneath this farm area. That's what I think. So let's just pop our little heads right down under here. So we're going to make the sniffer farm 3 tall for ease. So this is going to be where our seeds come up. I'm going to stick a dropper there. We'll do a little redstone. But it looks like the couple of villagers that we have are grown up. And I kind of want to go ahead and stick them in their crop farms. There we go. Let's collect our next guy. Yum. Beautiful. There you go. Take that. Oh. I don't think that they can claim them in the corners like this. Go get it. Good. There we go. Sheesh. Okay, well, back to our Sniffer friends. So when we have a thing in there, which we do right now, we don't want that there though. When we have a thing in there, we want it to go there. There we go, perfect, beautiful. That was easy enough. We have a system for our villager to get seeds. Automatic delivery system. Fabulous. So let's go ahead and plop our little sniffer egg in here. There you are. We have a child! Oh my goodness, we have a little baby! Little baby child! Hey, we have carrotage. Okay, well, I suppose while we're sitting here waiting for villagers to do stuff, we can maybe do at least a little bit of terraforming-ness. We can definitely, like, let this front wall sink a little bit. But for the most part, I think we're going to flatten out a lot of this area. I think that's where this is headed. You're such a cutie patootie, oh my gosh. Look at it. Look at it go. Donk 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 donk. So cute. All right, well, we've done some really nice terraforming around here. I feel like it looks really natural and blends right into the generated terrain really, really nicely. Like, I don't think if the shells weren't there and visible, I don't think you'll be able to tell that it's even been terraformed, to be honest, which is exactly what I like out of my terraforming. Do we think that our villagers in Sniffer have produced anything in all of that time? Let's see. There's no child. Fortunately, there's no child here. How's this going? How's this going, guys? Okay, we're getting little bits. Little bitty bitty tiny bits. And nothing from the Sniffer. Woo! We're thriving in here for sure. All right, let's go throw a bunch of carrots at these silly villagers. Otherwise, it's got to be a bed situation, but surely not. Like, the beds are totally visible and accessible and all of that. I believe in your ability to make a child. That's so many carrots back and forth. Why? Why are we getting angry sparks? It's got to be something about the beds. But we've had success before. Why? Mine and Miriam's conclusion is that I must have pissed off a divine entity somehow. My villagers will not breed and my Sniffer will not dig up seeds. So I suppose I'm going to have to just like hang about here and wait for things to slowly take their course. The delights of Minecraft. 2 hours! It has been 2 hours since they made these two villagers. I have filled their inventories with carrots. And yet nothing. I have just broken and replaced the beds in case somehow one of these two still has the bed claimed. But like, that would be wild. Maybe our Sniffer needs like decoration and a cute enclosure. Would that make it better for you, buddy? I won't watch the pot. I won't watch the pot. I won't watch the pot. We shall see, I suppose. And in the meantime, I think I might go ahead and put in a storage system. So I will see you all on the other side of that in the next episode of SpoonieCraft. Don't forget to like the video and drink some water, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!